Also on the national scene, the U.S. Senate is voting again today on a funding bill to end the government shutdown after the Senate failed once again to pass it on a 10th vote this morning. We're taking a live look at Capitol Hill, where it's all happening. A federal judge has also temporarily blocked the Trump administration from firing workers during the shutdown, as the White House says thousands of more jobs could be on the line. CBS's Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington.
Ms. Hassan, no.
Senators returned to the floor for a 10th attempt to fund the U.S. government, and once again the GOP measure failed.
The motion is not agreed to.
On the larger issues, neither side is showing signs of budging.
We are not asking Democrats to swallow any new Republican policies. We're simply asking them to extend current funding levels for a few weeks while we work on full-year appropriations.
And the Trump shutdown drags on because Republicans refuse to work with or even negotiate with Democrats in a serious way to fix the health care crisis in America.
The president's Office of Management and Budget says federal worker layoffs during the shutdown could exceed 10,000, but a federal judge says for now the firings must stop.
The case is playing out in California, where Wednesday a judge granted a temporary restraining order to block the cut, saying it's a human cost that cannot be tolerated. One of the agencies significantly impacted by the layoffs late last week, the Centers for Disease Control.
It's truly like an episode of Squid Games, because we don't know what's going to happen next.
CBS News spoke to a CDC scientist who received a reduction in force notice. She's asked for her identity to be concealed for fear of retribution.
The everyday American should be very concerned. It's going to mean more deaths, more preventable deaths. People will absolutely die from the impact of this administration.
A spokesperson for the Department of Health and Human Services said the layoffs were part of cutting a bloated bureaucracy and that the positions were deemed non-essential by their divisions. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And with no end in sight to the standoff, Republican leadership in the Senate plans to vote this afternoon on advancing a year-long bill to fund the military, but it is unclear if it gets enough Democratic support to meet the 60-vote threshold to pass.